Perfect. Hi, my name is Tony Rice. I'm the presenter and producer for Verulam Sports at Radio Verulam, 92.6 FM. Also, through that now, due to our global scenario, doing an awful lot of podcasting. What I really would like to say, I think like a lot of people, I made a lot of mistakes in my younger life, but getting involved with Radio Verulam represents one of the best decisions that I've ever made. If you've never heard of Radio Verulam, it is a fully community radio station based out of St.Albans, and it broadcasts on 92.6 FM and also across online and are available these days through our smart devices. And its reach is actually quite strong. Again, at the core, the station is based in St. Albans, but the reach extends throughout Hertfordshire into as far as Luton and parts of Barnet, North London too. But yeah, I kind of got involved there about 4 years ago, and I've just been really impressed by the attitude, the commitment for the role of radio in raising awareness and connecting and inspiring communities, particularly in the St. Albans area. And again, everybody to a individual, right up to the kind of the board level, are volunteers. However, I don't think it's unfair to say that we do take a pride in a professional attitude and a professional approach to the content that we produce, whether that's myself personally in the Verulam Sports team, or, you know, again, it's such an eclectic array of shows. For instance, there's a show focused on French listeners. There's music there for country fans, right through to kind of the core drive time shows and things of that nature. But the personality and really the appreciation for community has been so powerful and very important to my life and in my time at Radio Verulam. Personally, I'm supremely honoured to do what I do on the sports side. I'm a massive believer that sport is so important to communities and actually represents almost a hub. You know, when your team does well, particularly on a local scale, then again, you feel good, you feel infused, you feel that connection. But also, sport has a very important role within communities for, you know, at the grassroots level of fitness, of well-being, of a sense of community. And I think now, I know the global situation has put sport into its context. I do get that. But I would even argue that sport has taken on a new sheen of importance. Again, that sense of this is my team and here's where I belong, and the discipline that being involved in sport at any level that's required will stand you in good stead, whatever it is you apply yourself to, whether that's business, whether that's community work, charity, art. Again, those kind of core values that stems from involvement in sport at any level is, I think, really critical. But whilst that is a massive passion and one of the real kind of key areas that we pride ourselves on in Verulam Sports, we have been award-winning. Last year, we were quite privileged to claim the Silver Award in Best Sports Show category in the Community Radio Awards. We're going for gold in 2020. We've been shortlisted. We'll find out in a few weeks whether we can go one stage better. But it is an honour, nevertheless, to make that shortlist. It's very competitive. And that core will always be local sports teams, the role of sport in community. But what I do think is important, again, with that mindset of professionalism, with the fact that I believe that we have a duty to provide the best content possible for our listeners. I've always kind of had the attitude, if you don't ask, you don't get. And so I've been quite forward about putting myself out there with my Verulam Sport producer's hat on. And over the time that I've been involved there, I've been terribly lucky and privileged to interview Sally Gunnell, Daley Thompson, David Campese, Phil Vickery, a whole heap of other real quite big name sports stars. And you know, to get an insight into their experiences and their world, and appreciate also their humility, which is one thing that's always struck me, is something that has been a real honor to do. As well as that, again, I just have to take a little breath whilst I appreciate what I've experienced. I was able to be at the final, the press box last year, in which Saracens defeated Leinster in the final of the Heineken Cup in rugby, the rugby equivalent of the Champions League. Tony Rice, the civilian, doesn't get to do that. But my involvement in Radio Verulam gave me that access to that door. And thankfully, or what have you, the door was opened. And what an amazing experience. It was, astonishing. And in my room, I still have Pride of Place, the press pass for that occasion. So, yeah, it's been a real mega experience for me, my time at Radio Verulam. And I'm excited for more of the same. If you've never heard of Radio Verulam, again, we are accessible at 92.6 FM. Don't just check out the sports side. Dip your toe in, you'll find something for everybody. And again, you'll find a very warm presenter who's very passionate. But don't forget, it's done 100% voluntary. Also, check us out online, www.radioverulam.co.uk. And I hope this has interested you. And I'd like to have you listening along very soon. So thank you very much.